There it is. God speed you in your task. This prince comes of a noble family, going back, 'tis said, to Charlemagne himself. He may have qualms that mine is not so old, or that the substance of my wealth is not in land but ships. Mark this, he fears the threat from Spain. Touching that, tell him that our alliance, once 'tis made, will give him use of all my fleet for transport of his arms. When you come to speak of the settlement, you know my purse is large. It can accommodate the want of any prince in Christendom. Let him name his sum.
Sir, you are welcome.
The Count, my master, bade me express his gratitude for the honor you bestow upon his house.
The honor is my own. Have you brought with you what I asked of the Count?
He sends you this humble token of his regard.
So, a token only.
Her picture in little, as you requested.
Just so.
The limner was sent for from Germany, the best that could be found.
Indeed.
The likeness is exact. The Count, my master, was astonished at it.
She is fair.
It is true, she is. Her beauty is a wonder. Many great lords have made offer for her hand, but her father refused them all.
The more fortunate am I. A gift for a gift. When you return, you will give the lady this. However lustrous the beauty, jewels will enhance it. What more remains?
The contract, Prince.
My secretary drafts it even as we speak. When we have eaten, we will read it through. You sign in proxy for the calendar.
I do.
Good. We take our meal at noon. Until then, if you would like, let me show you some of the treasures of my house. Do you enjoy antiquities? Sculpture? Fine painting?
Do, Your Grace. It would delight me.
Sir, I am your guide.
They say he is a patron. From across half Europe, painters and sculptors flock to his employ. Flatter him on this. He may most likely offer, but if he should not, then ask to see his treasures. Such shows are not for me. Too deep a love of artists and their works impairs the mind's good health. Even so, I would not have him think this family are untutored in such matters.
That's my Last Duchess, painted on the wall, looking as if she were alive. I call that piece a wonder now. Fra Pandolf's hands worked busily a day, and there she stands.
What a stare she has.
Will please you sit and look at her. I said Fra Pandolf by design, for never read strangers like you that pictured countenance. The depth and passion of its earnest glance, but to myself they turned. Since none puts by the curtain I have drawn for you, but I, and seemed as they would ask me, if they durst, how such a glance came there. So not the first are you to turn and ask that. Sir, 'twas not her husband's presence only called that spot of joy into the Duchess' cheek. Perhaps Fra Pandolf chanced to say her mantle laps over my lady's wrist too much. Or paint must never hope to reproduce the faint half-flush that dies along her throat. Such stuff was courtesy, she thought, and cause enough for calling up that spot of joy. She had a heart, how shall I say, too soon made glad, too easily impressed. She liked whate'er she looked on, and her looks went everywhere. Sir, 'twas all one. My favor at her breast, the dropping of the daylight in the west, the bough of cherries some officious fool broke in the orchard for her, the white mule she rode with round the terrace. All and each would draw from her alike the approving speech, or blush at least. She thanked men, good, but thanked somehow, I know not how, as if she ranked my gift of a 900 years old name with anybody's gift. Who'd stoop to blame this sort of trifling? Even had you skill in speech, which I have not, to make your will quite clear to such an one, and say, just this or that in you disgusts me. Here you miss, or there exceed the mark. And if she let herself be lessoned so, nor plainly set her wits to yours, forsooth, and made excuse, e'en then would be some stooping, and I choose never to stoop. Oh, sir, she smiled, no doubt, whene'er I passed her, but who passed without much the same smile. This grew. I gave commands.
Please, please.
Then all smiles stopped together. There she stands, as if alive. Will please you rise?
We'll meet the company below then. I repeat, the Count your master's known munificence is ample warrant that no just pretence of mine for dowry will be disallowed, though his fair daughter's self, as I avowed at starting, is my object.
Nay, we'll go together, dancer. Notice Neptune, though, taming a seahorse, thought a rarity, which Klaus of Innsbruck cast in bronze for me.
Lastly, this above all, I would have your opinion especially upon his temper. Observe his way with those about him. If he shows signs the treasure that I send him will not be valued at its proper worth, then let me know it. I am not so greedy for this union that I'll forego all scruple.